Hi again, everybody. My name is Greg Anderson, and this is the Good Timekeeping Show with Greg Anderson. If you're just joining us, a few weeks ago I showed you this watch here. This is an Oceanus OCW-S100 watch. Beautiful watch with a titanium bracelet and case, and kind of from the premium line of Oceanus watches. And I bought this a few weeks ago and showed it to you, but well, there was one thing about it. It wouldn't fit me because there weren't enough links in the bracelet. See, you can buy this watch brand new in a different color, like a blue face. It's beautiful, looks great, and you'll have to buy it probably from someone in Japan that'll send it out to you. So, but if you want this one with the white face, and this kind of intrigued me, and I saw that the lowest price I found for a new one was $900, and even the used ones were going for a pretty good hefty price on this guy. So I guess that's just because it's an older model, not currently in production, that sort of thing. So just becoming more rare. I took a chance on this one because they said it was like new, and I believe them now that I have it in my hands. Yes, it looks like it's like new. And as I said, the only trouble was someone must have sized this to their wrist smaller than mine. They didn't send extra links when they sent me this used watch. That's just a risk you take when you buy a used watch, I guess, with a bracelet. So before I even purchased this, I double-checked that PacPacts said they could get me more links if I needed to buy them. And then indeed I did need to buy them. Now with PacPacts, they'll often tell you an item that's out of stock may take about 3 weeks to fill the order. Sometimes it's a little longer than that. So I waited probably about 5 weeks, but then I suddenly got a shipping notice. PacPacts came through. Here are the 2 links I ordered, and I think that's enough to make this watch fit me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to, order again and wait another few weeks for another one if I need to. But however long it takes, I'm going to make it right because this is a great watch. I want it to fit me. I want to have fun wearing it. And here are the links. So let's just take a look at here. This is what they call, some people call it a pin and collar system. So there are these pins that go down here through the links. And then there's this tiny little collar thing. I'll show that to you in a moment. I called it a sleeve once in one of the videos I made. PacPacts calls it a C ring because it's kind of shaped like a letter C with just a little bit of an opening there on the one end of it. So when you take out the pin, you got to make sure that little C ring doesn't get lost. That's why I certainly recommend you use something like this microfiber cloth when you're working with these tiny things, so that if they fall out, they tend to not roll away so much. They'll just get caught in the microfiber cloth and you won't lose those pieces. A while ago, I saw someone else's video. They had a watch, the ProTrek watch they bought, and then when they were doing this process, they lost the C-ring. They didn't realize that's what the problem was. They put the pin back in. It didn't stay there. It fell out. The link came apart. And this guy, his solution was just to ditch the titanium bracelet altogether and just put some other kind of strap on his ProTrek watch. And I thought, part of what you're paying for with that is the titanium bracelet. And so sad that he just decided not even to, basically toss the bracelet because he didn't know he just needed that little C-ring. And you can get a new C-ring from PacPacts if you really need to. They're about $2.50 plus they'll probably charge shipping, So I mean, ideally you're not going to lose the C-ring anyway. And that's why I'm going to show you how to do this without losing the C-ring. But if you do need a C-ring, go ahead and order another one from PacPacts and enjoy your watch bracelet with its pin and collar system. Then the nice thing about this is usually you do this once, unless your wrist changes sizes a lot, or you're going to give this to someone else with a different size wrist. You don't have to do this more than one time. So let's look at these components for each link. So there's the link itself. It's got a little arrow there to show you the direction that the pin moves out, and it just it moves back in the opposite direction. So if you want to push the pin out to do any sizing, you push it in that direction the arrow is showing there. And then here's the pin and collar, or that C-ring. So that this pin, that little C-ring, if you got that, you're in great shape. So, all right, now I think what this needs in order to fit my wrist is one extra link added to each side of it. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do here, and I think I will be successful. Otherwise, I wouldn't be showing you this video right now anyway, would I? I think this is the main tool I'm going to need to do this, and also maybe just like a sewing pin to help me align that C-ring if I need to. And then maybe when I'm all done, I'll use kind of the blunt end of these pliers just to kind of push that that pin back in place and make sure it's flush on either side of the bracelet. It'll all make sense what I'm talking about when you see what I'm about to do. So I'm going to find here these arrows showing me that I need to push those pins out in that direction. So I'm going to line up this little point here with a hole in the side of one of these links, and then just gently push the pin out, and you'll see how that happens here in just a moment. So let's just line this up here. Okay, that pin lined up there, and I'm just going to gently twist this. You can see how it kind of screws down, and it's going to push through and push that pin. And what you couldn't see because I was blocking with my finger was that pin was coming out the other side. So now if I can pull this, and I may need my pliers to help me grab that because it's not that can't get a really great grip on that, but if I just gently pull this out, so it's kind of tight, but it will come. There we go. All right, and you see how that just fell right off. Now, what I need to make sure about is that where that little sleeve fits in, it's going to fit in. All right, and when it fell, that little sleeve, that little C-ring fell right out. All right, so what I've done is I've put that C-ring here on this sewing pin so I can show you exactly how it fits. And it actually fits onto this part of the link right here, and see how the arrow is pointing that direction. That's the side that the C-ring goes on. So if I were to just kind of slide this in like that, you can see that is where the C-ring wants to be. So it's kind of a tricky thing to make sure the C-ring is in place in that hole there while I'm fitting the links together, and then I make sure that that C-ring is nice and secure in there as I push the pin back in. So yeah, okay, that's where that needs to be. So if I just kind of let that sit there in there, then the next part of this process, I'm going to unwrap one of these new links here. Okay, and then this wants to go right here. Okay, and then I take this pin and I push it back through, and it's going to have to go back through in this way. Line that up, get ready to push that in. Okay, and as long as this is lined up here, now the trick, okay, is I'm going to push this the rest of the way in, while at the same time hoping that it's completely lined up with the C-ring that's in there, and then this other part of the link out here on this end. Okay, so let me just see. The key here, gentle. Just don't really force it. If you're forcing it, it means you're probably not aligned very well. But okay, looking good so far. I'm going to give it another gentle push and see if it can keep going in. If not, I may have to just kind of wiggle this end here to see if the alignment is going to be right. You know what? It might be easier to press it against here while I can kind of wiggle this top a little as I go. I know. It's kind of awkward to try and show you this on camera, but the key to what I'm doing here is slow and gentle, making sure everything seems to be lined up and things want to go. Oh, there we go. Okay. It just kind of suddenly popped. But again, fairly gentle. Now, if I feel this along here, this pin is sticking out just a little bit. So now maybe I'll add one more tool to my arsenal here. It's just a spring bar tool here that has kind of that little V-shaped end there and a more of a pointed end there. So I'm going to just gently see if I can push the tip here just enough to make that pin a little bit more flush, and try not to stab myself with that. Okay, I think I finally got it. If I take my fingernail and kind of rub it across there, I don't really feel it sticking out anymore. So I just use the tip of, again, another set of pliers, just very gentle. You know, the worst thing or the most disappointing thing is if you're working with this and you make a lot of scratches there and kind of mar that up. You don't want to do that. But looks like, okay, I've successfully added a link. Now, in theory, I would just have to, restore the connection between these links here and then just work on the other side of it to add the other link there. So maybe I'll do that. And now that you've seen this process, I'm not going to show it to you over and over again. But, you have the idea now. Here I've got this new pin and collar. I'm going to work on this one here. I'll show you this in time lapse or something, or just skip through because you don't need to see every little detail, do you? Well, let's see. Okay, I should probably try this on just to see for sure if that second link is necessary. So let's try it. My left wrist is a little bit larger than my right wrist, so let's give this a quick shot and see if it would fit. Definitely would not fit before. Let's see. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze. Okay, you know what? That's a little snug. So yeah, I think one more link is probably a good idea for this. And there's not a lot of micro adjustment here. See, there's just one hole to bring it in for a micro adjustment. So I think one more link on this side and maybe bring that in one, and it's going to be a perfect fit for my left wrist. Let's try that out and see how it works. All right, let's make it official. I'll try this on now on my, okay. Oh, wait, latch that. There we go. Okay, now it's a little loose. Okay, but I'm going to take that micro adjustment and pull it in one, see how we do. This is pretty simple. If you've worked with this stuff before, you just push, there's a little spring bar right there. Push it in. And wow, it shot out and hit me in the face. Landed on my lap. Good thing I didn't lose that. Okay. I'm going to just align that with the next smaller wrist size. Okay, looks like I got that. Try this now. See how well we do. And that is a pretty good fit right there. Right there. Now, I guess if I wanted to get really, really precise about this, they have different sizes of these links. And see down here, there's kind of a half-size link there. I ordered the full-size link, but see, there's that smaller one. So if I wanted to, I suppose I could make a new order, get another half-size link, and maybe put it over here instead of a full-size link, and maybe that would be an even better fit. But you know what? I think I've solved my problem, and now I can wear this beautiful Oceanus watch that I've already had for a few weeks, but I couldn't wear it because it was just too tight. I could barely make it fit on my right wrist. And but it made my hand turn purple. So we're in good shape here. And there you go. Okay, so if you have any need for parts like these little links here, look up your watch model at PacPacts.com. See what kind of parts they have for it, and if they have the part that fits your watch, that the part you need, go ahead and I trust PacPacts. Sometimes it says it's in stock, you can get it right away. Sometimes it says out of stock, usually ships within about 3 weeks. Sometimes it's a little longer than that, but I think with PacPacts they will tell you for sure if they say no, sorry, we just cannot get it, versus we can get it. So try it out. And I hope you have, as good experience as I have now. Now comes the time when I can actually wear this watch and see how I like it wearing it. But so far, everything I've shown you about it, everything I know about it without even wearing it, I love it. So wearing it is just kind of icing on the cake. Well, actually wearing it is it's what I need to do. It's like when they say you want to have your cake and eat it too, and I say, well, of course, if I have cake, it's because I want to eat it. What is the purpose of having cake if you don't eat it? You're sounding ridiculous. So anyway, here I have this watch ready to wear, and if you've been messing around with the pin and collar system on your watch bracelet and you think you've just destroyed something, or you can't figure out why that pin won't stay in place after you push it back in place, maybe look for that tiny little collar. You might have lost one. And you can get another one, but it's better if you can just find the one that you lost, and then you can, you got it right there to fix your problem without even spending any extra money. And again, I have to say, if you have any doubts about your ability to do this, certainly it would make sense to go to a jeweler who does this kind of stuff every day, who can do it for you. And, with any luck, it will be a painless process there and nothing for you to worry about, and, pay the jeweler a few dollars and be on your way. But this is something that I've decided I have enough know-how and enough very simple and inexpensive tools to get the job done. That's how I did it. So anyway, best of luck to you if you're going to try something like this. And I really hope you enjoy your watches. And it just makes me sad to think somebody lost pieces of their pin and collar system watch bracelet and they don't know what to do. Well, this is something you can do, and you're back in business. All right, that's enough for now. I definitely have more videos that are coming soon. So I hope you will come back at least once a week for more episodes of the Good Timekeeping Show.